Shalom ubracha, heilige, wonderful, beautiful, fantastic tzaddikim. Chazda Hashem. Hopefully we're now going to have the opportunity to move in to share some shtikelech Torah about Pesach. The first Torah I wanted to share is as following, and it's joining together the month of Adar to the month of Nisan and Pesach. When we take a look at the word Adar, it's very connected to another word, Adar Rabba, opposite. Adar Rabba is verkehrt. It's Adar Rabba, it's opposite to what you're thinking. What's the Nakuda? When we look at the Megillas Esther, the Megillas Esther leads in a certain direction, and then mamash, within but a second, the frame of reference changes. And then again, we're led in another direction, and yet again, the frame of reference changes again. And this happens several times throughout the Megillah. So what we can say, as we know, all deep in our hearts, in the expression of Megillah, the whole totality of what the Megillah was heading towards in the first number of scenes changed drastically and dramatically until the end. And this is the inyan of Nahafochu. This is the inyan of not having the ability to tell the difference between Haman and Mordechai, because things can change radically. Things can change with force, with quickness, with vigor. And the question is, can we keep up or not? And really, it's this avodah that we need to adopt. When we speak about emunah, emunah is not about having certainty. Emunah is not about living a life of certainty. Emunah is more about that I recognize the world is a world of uncertainty. However, in the world of uncertainty, I can live with faith. In the world of uncertainty, I can live with that certainty behind all the uncertainty. And when we get to Pesach, similarly, we were faced with turmoil. We were faced with death. We were faced with so much pain and anxiety. We were chotzer ruach. We were kotzer ruach. Yet, Baruch Hashem, we came out on top. We came out on top. And even if we look in the Haggadah Shel Pesach, as we've spoken about so many times in our shir, when we go through the Haggadah Shel Pesach, does it add up to be a direct conversation about what we would think the Eser Makos and the whole trip of Yitziat Mitzrayim? No, it's all indirect. We speak about people speaking about the Haggadah. We have lots of stories and poems, piyutim, and it's very indirect communication of what actually happened in the whole story of Yitziat Mitzrayim. It's indirect, not direct. The Nakuda is, that is Seder. The Seder is being beseder that there's no Seder. Being beseder that there is no Seder. The Heilige Vishnitzer Rebbe said, Mamash, every Yid you ask them, how are you doing? Beseder, beseder. The whole inyan of the Seder betoch lo beseder, and knowing that even the lo beseder is ultimately beseder, is on the tongue of each and every person. So from the Pnimius Dikar Avodah of Adar Rabba, do we come in to achieve a freedom of Pesach, a freedom of understanding the inner stability is all that exists, and even when the inner stability of that which is within is not stable, underneath that there's another stability, and it's living in a world of chaos. It's living in a world of uncertainty. It's living in a world of where things are lo beseder, and mamish being beseder with it. Be'ezras Hashem, the takeaway is, may we be certain within the uncertainty.